Oh, Bryson.
I really want Kevin. The Kevin dude on live.
Hold on a second, Bryson. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I want to talk to you about something specific, Joe.
Oh, God. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, it's good. Can you see, am I sideways or am I good?
No, I see you. You good. You good.
Okay, cool. Oh, hold on a second. I got to get out of this. Hold on.
Hey,
Oof, boy, I can't take enough of you, man. You are something else. You know
Kevin,
that?
Kevin, if you're gonna keep commenting, now you can come on here.
Is this Kevin Williams we're talking about?
Yeah,
The same coon that was constantly riding your dick back in our old debate?
Kevin Williams. No. Somebody else. Kevin Johnson. What are you talking
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might have gotten the last name wrong, but he has like he's wearing a red shirt and a MAGA hat in his
about?
profile picture.
He's wearing a MAGA hat. He can't be wearing MAGA hat. Talking about the party switch.
Oh, okay, never mind. We're probably talking about different Kevins then. Cool.
No,
Anyways,
you talking about Kelvin, the cool person.
it might be who I'm talking about. Might be. I can't remember right now. But
I have a
boy, what the hell are you talking about?
I have a question for you off the rip. Are you ready?
Is it about the trans thing? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
What race are you, sir?
I'm Hispanic, my friend.
Oh, you're Hispanic.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I'm a minority too. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Now, why do you support this trans stuff? Because you know a man can't be a woman. We all know that.
I think you're simplifying it a
No,
lot.
it's simple.
You're oversimplifying it. It's not necessarily just man can't be woman, woman can't be man. It's more so the science, the biologics behind it. People who do gender and sex are totally different things.
No,
If somebody wants to no, they are absolutely different. I would love to see some sort of science that proves me otherwise. Please show me some sort of scientific source that proves me otherwise.
What's the original definition of gender?
Gender is what you identify as, something that's in your mind. Sex is what you're born with between your legs. That's the difference. I am not lying.
What is the original definition of gender? Tell me the original definition of gender. Don't tell me about
gender is what you identify as in your mind. You can, if somebody was born a male, they can identify as a female because that's how they feel. Bro, that's what it's all about.
You keep lying, I gotta kick you off, bro. I got to. What is the original definition?
We haven't even gotten into the substance, though.
What is the original definition of gender?
The original definition of gender would be what you associate with based off of how you feel. That's what it's about. Sociologically speaking, that's what it is, dude. Gender is supposed to be how somebody identifies. If they identify as masculine, they're more than likely going to identify as a male. If they feel feminine, if they identify with more of a feminine side, they're going to identify as female. It's not something that just people make up.
Well, since you want to lie, let me give you the facts. The original definition of gender before they changed gender, by the way, because you know they had to change the definition of gender. But the original definition of gender is either of the two sexes, literally.
No, that's not what it is. You're lying. I mean, you could get get as triggered as you want, dude, but it's true.
No, it's not. What are you?
Where's your let me ask you, where's your definition coming from?
The original definition of gender,
according to who?
Is most likely from Webster.
According to most likely. So you don't actually know.
Listen. I will bet you $100 right now. If you look up the original definition of gender, it is based.
You want me to? I'll do it on. I got my computer. You want me to look it up?
The original definition is based on sex, guaranteed.
Let me look it up.
Matter of fact, somebody posted in the chat, guaranteed. Give my money right now too.
Let me look.
If you don't cash it, oh.
Whatever, dude. You know good and damn well you wouldn't cash it if I were right.
Ask anybody on Facebook if I would.
Oh, here we go. So this is coming from, I got to see the source. So gender, either of the two sexes, male and female, especially when considered with reference to social and cultural differences rather than biological ones, which would be sex.
That is in parentheses.
That's a definition.
The definition.
So, and that's exactly what I said.
The definition.
If somebody who identifies as more masculine is going to probably identify as male. Somebody who identifies as more feminine is going to identify as female.
You have to know. You either male or female. It's simple. You're either a boy or girl. It's simple.
So let me just ask you this. If that's the case, which that could be true, what if it's you're born a male, but you suddenly want to identify as a female? Would you agree that that's possible?
I believe that you belong in a mental asylum.
Okay, well, that's your opinion. That's not grounded on any sort of science whatsoever. So,
No, no,
I mean,
it,
you're wrong, dude. You're wrong.
it
I
is.
know that's how you feel. You
No, no,
feel
no,
like
no.
they should belong in a mental asylum, but that's not the
Wait.
truth.
Can
You
I
don't
say?
have to have gender dysphoria in order to be transgender.
Can I,
Again, transgenderism is how you feel. Go
can I,
ahead. Yeah.
why?
Hmm.
Can I explain why? Okay.
Yeah.
So off the rip, let's just use common sense. I don't care about no expert with it. I don't care about
Of
nothing.
course not. So where do you get your information from then?
Okay, just listen. It's nature. It's called nature. Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever walked outside before?
Never heard of it.
Okay, great. Okay, well, here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you are a man, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you in your brain genuinely, like you genuinely think that you're a woman, like you genuinely think that, like literally nobody can tell you otherwise, you're crazy. Oh, you're crazy because it's not the truth. You know it's not the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a trans person on YouTube cry because they said when the science gonna hurry up and help them get pregnant. If you don't think that's crazy, then I don't know what are you talking about. If you think something, if you're convinced of something that's not true, you know what that's called? We usually call those schizos. So first
So
off,
you're equating transgender people to schizophrenics.
yes. So first off,
At least you're honest. Wrong, but honest.
transgender people believe something that literally isn't true. So
Which is what?
that they're of the gender that they aren't. Did you know that? Did you know that now they can literally change the sex?
Well, again, you
Hey,
yes, go ahead.
Did you know now they can literally change the sex on their birth certificates?
Yeah.
That is crazy. I thought it was.
Why is it crazy? Why is it crazy?
I just made you a hypocrite, and I've been waiting to do it this whole time. I'm about to tell you why.
I know. That's always what you try to do.
Why. You just said in the beginning, gender and sex is different. You didn't accept the original definition, so I just got you a different way. Now that
No, I said it. No, I still stand by my original definition.
let me finish. Now you're saying what's wrong with them being able to change the sex on their birth certificate? Thank you for coming on, kind sir.
No, they're able to change from male to female, female to male. We've established that.
No, you can't do it. What? No,
you can absolutely do that. Legally, by law, you're allowed to do that.
Okay.
I'm sorry if you don't like the laws of this country, but if you don't like it, you're more than welcome to leave.
No, or we can just change it back to reality.
Which is what? That everybody is supposed to just stay male, stay female? That's how you think it is? Yes, right. I know. I know. Do you know? Well, I have to ask. You keep saying all this stuff, but what are your sources?
No,
what are your sources?
I'm Hispanic.
What are you doing? Go ahead.
Do you accept that?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. What? Say that again.
I'm Hispanic. Do you accept that?
No, because you're not Hispanic. It's different. You're assigned. You're born with that. It's not the same as being transgender, where it's a identity thing. So I just explained it to you. It's a mental thing.
What?
Gender is mental. Sex is biological. Sex is what you're born with. You can't necessarily change your sex, but you could change your gender. What is so hard to grasp about that?
Racial phobe. You're intolerant.
And hold on a second. And here's the other thing. You're telling me about how it's a mental disorder, how they belong in a mental asylum. First of all, that's not only extremely transphobic, but do you actually know the science behind transitioning, what they go through, what happens when they transition, the percentages of people who end up transitioning, how happy they are after versus how sad they are after? Do you know?
Look at the suicide rates before and after.
Why do you think the suicide rates are? Do you know why? I'll tell you why. It's not because they feel so insecure that they want to kill themselves. It's because of people like you that perpetuate this narrative that they're mental, so they end up killing themselves. That's why. You're the reason why the suicide rate is so high, not because of people like me.
It's because something wrong with them.
No, the reason why is because of people like you saying those types of things.
It's a fact.
It's because it's like if I go to a gay person and say, you're abnormal. You shouldn't be gay. You should be straight. What's wrong with you, huh? And that person is more likely to kill themselves because of narratives like yours. That's why.
Why isn't the black suicide rate as high?
I don't know. I imagine people probably don't go up to black people and say, "Hey, you know what? You're black, so you're wrong. You shouldn't be black." I imagine that's probably why.
Dang. So what's the point of Black Lives
Matter? This is transgenderism. Which is no, you're straw manning. You're straw manning. You're straw manning. You're straw manning. We're talking about false equivalencies. We're talking about transgender and LGBTQ communities. That's what we're talking about right now. You're straw manning, dude.
I'm not straw manning.
Yes, you are. 100%. You're straw manning.
What you're saying makes no sense. Not only do I disagree with you, I don't even think most of black liberals in the black community agree with this.
No, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
Hey,
can you provide me any sources? I'd be happy to try to find some for you.
People in my chat that disagree with me, that dislike Trump to the fullest, but you live
Mm-hmm.
where I live from. Please let me know if you agree with what this man is saying right now. You let me know.
We both live in Florida?
Hold on. LaShawn Jackson just said it is a mental health. They need to leave Reggie Dozell alone. She's mentally ill. Yeah. So LaShawn doesn't like Trump. Said the same thing. I mean, bro, nobody.
I don't care. The litmus test shouldn't be, do you support Trump or not? Therefore, your opinion is valid. What the hell?
That's not what I said.
What are you talking about?
Well,
this person that doesn't like Trump also agrees with me. Therefore, I'm right. What?
No, I made a statement. You said no, they won't, and then I'm just telling you.
Is the only basis of your opinion being right or wrong is if somebody else supports Trump or not? No. Because somebody supports Trump, they have to agree with everything you say, and if they don't support Trump, they have to disagree with everything you say.
The black community not supporting this trans crap, and because the black community, I live here.
Okay, and there's a lot of people out there who don't support the trans, quote unquote, trans crap, like you say. That's fine. That's their prerogative. They're allowed to think that way. They're wrong, but they're allowed to think that way.
The black community do not rock with that, even if they don't like Trump. I'm telling you that right now, they don't. That's a fact. My point of view. Hey, bro, call me when a grown man can cross dress and get pregnant. Soon as that can happen, bro, I'll be like.
Hold on a second. Is that the requirement?
Is that a requirement?
Because you realize that there's actual biological advancements that are being made as we speak to make that possible, right?
If anything happens where they can force a man to get pregnant, that's how I know the devil has.
No, it's not about forcing pregnancy, but there are actual biological advancements in technology that are being worked on for men to be able to do that.
Hey,
and also on top of that.
Hold on. Now, I'm really not trying to cut you off. I'm going to respond to a comment. Somebody said there are trans people who are part of the walkaway group. I'm going to let you know something right now. I am a Trump supporter, but if you ever in your life think I agree with a Trump supporter just because they're a Trump supporter, you got Bryson Gray messed all the way up. I do not support the LGBT movement. I do not.
I know.
LGBT.
Oh, you made that very clear. You don't think I know that?
If you think, no, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to somebody in the comments.
Oh.
And if you want the truth, that's just the truth. Trans people belong in a mental hospital. They are mentally ill. They need help.
Bryson, and I want to try to keep this as good faith as possible. You've already shown to me that you're not good faith, but I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, dude. I want to like you, Bryson. I really do. I know you probably don't care if I like you or not, but
yeah, I don't.
Dude, yeah, I know that. You don't really care about what anybody thinks. That's fine.
I don't.
That's a really horrible trait, by the way, but okay. Why is it, though, when it comes to people, you talk about the dysphoria, you talk about them belonging in a mental institution. Don't you want to help these people in a way? Don't you want to help them see the light?
I help them.
I'm sorry?
I genuinely do want to help trans people.
If I may ask, what is your method of trying to help them?
I think we need to pit them in mental institutions and get them the mental help that they need.
Do you have any sort of data to back that up, that putting them in mental institutions will help them?
No, I don't know what will help them, but we need to try to get them.
Well, I know. That's why I'm asking you. Do you think that your solution is the solution to actually help them on a widespread scale?
When I bring up the suicide rates before and after, you say it's because you pick on them. Well, you better toughen up, man. Toughen up. Get toughen up. If you commit suicide, somebody called you a bad name, you're mentally ill too.
So by that logic, when you get banned on Facebook, Twitter, whatever social media platform, and you complain about it and whine about it, and you got all these people that are writing you like, oh, they just banned Bryson. They banned Bryson. Free Bryson. You should probably toughen up too. You should probably toughen up and just deal with it.
When I talked about being banned on Facebook, did you read what I said?
I've seen a couple posts.
I say
talked about how the left mob came after you, you defended yourself, and then they banned you.
Yes, and I said I'm gonna do what I do regardless.
So trans people should be able to do what they want to do regardless, right?
No, the difference is I can literally say words. They can't be a man if they're a woman, and they can't be a woman if they're a man. So that's
you can't get yourself unbanned. You can't get yourself unbanned though. You're still banned. What are you gonna do about it? You're just gonna sit back and cry, right?
No, I didn't. I ignored it. And I gained 50,000 followers on Instagram, and I gained almost.
You ignored it, but you made posts about it, so you didn't ignore it. Listen, the point I'm trying to make is that your quote unquote solution to this whole trans thing about how transgender people just need to get over it, toughen up, maybe they wouldn't kill themselves, they were just stronger. They have a lot of them have dysphoria. A lot of them don't feel comfortable in their own bodies. And according to you, your solution is to put them in mental institutions. I mean, come on. You hear how deranged that sounds, right? That's very cruel.
I'm very clear. I don't think that's why they kill themselves. People pick on him. So that narrative, that's not. But
no, there's actual studies that show that the transgender people end up committing more suicide because they're not accepted by their peers, their family members, their friends, all those things.
There are surveys that show that. Surveys are not facts. I apologize.
Well, no, I didn't say surveys, but there's actual data that shows why trans people are more depressed and more likely to commit suicide because of their environmental factors.
What data?
I can send you some links if you want. What I was
survey based on testimonial evidence.
I can show you. The American Psychological Association has done reports on this. Again, I can message you the links if you want. But the American Psychological Association is a non-biased source. I can send you that.
So a psychologist have to tell you it, right? A psychologist have to
I think I would trust a psychologist over what you're saying right now. Yeah, absolutely.
You would trust a psychologist on what I'm saying. That's funny. I mean, I don't care what you trust or what you don't trust, but the truth is,
I know you don't.
Evidence by definition.
I'm sorry?
That's testimonial evidence by definition. It's anecdotal. It doesn't matter. It's not a fact.
It's not. Do you even know what anecdotal evidence is?
Experience.
What?
Somebody give you their
right.
So a psychologist tell you what they experience talking to other trans people.
Do you think
anecdotal evidence?
That's not anecdotal evidence, because that's not, the psychologist is not using their own personal experience. They're using a wide variety of people that have spoken to them about those issues. They're trained to do those.
They're using their experience talking to other trans people. So either you're surveying the trans people, or you're getting the personal opinion from a psychologist, and you believe it because they tell you.
No, it's not. But it's not personal opinion. You're contradicting yourself. You're contradicting yourself. You're saying no, because you're saying right now they either get the opinion of other trans people or they have their own personal opinion. Which one is it?
What are you talking about?
Are they actually testing people, getting their testimonies, or is it just their personal opinion?
No. It's somebody talk to trans people.
No.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I know it is. Please.
Mm-hmm. No. Go on.
I read these studies you're talking about. And then they talk to.
I don't think you have.
They talk to a lot of them, and then they give you what they think is the issue, or they survey.
That's what a psychologist does. Yes. Oh, congratulations!
Let me finish.
You cracked the code.
Or they survey trans people to get each person's personal opinion on.
So veterans who end up getting diagnosed with PTSD, is it just them being delusional, or is it the psychologist's opinion that they have PTSD coming back from war?
What do you mean? They actually go to war.
I meant what I mean.
I'm about to explain to you real quick the difference. It's an easy difference. They go to war, especially the ones that actually sing things. They sing things that consistently piss people in trauma, correct? So then they tell you what they sing, but the reason you know is because they have to go there because things change in their personality due to what they just seen, that their personality wasn't like that before they seen that.
So a transgender person who...
Let me finish. With trans people, they simply think they are something that they are not.
Nope, not how it works.
That is how it works.
Nope, the science says otherwise, my friend. And you have no clue what a psychologist does, clearly, if you think that they're only formulating their consensus based off of their own personal opinions. You just told me that they're talking to trans people, so they're getting their senses based off of what they personally experience, and they're formulating their science based off of what they hear. Just like any other case.
They're formulating their what?
They're formulating the case based off of other people's consensuses.
What word did you use for science?
Probably. Well, I don't know what I say. Again, I say a lot of words, dude. I mean, can you give me some specifics? What are you trying to quote snipe me with this time?
No, I know you say a lot of words. My question to you is, does a psychologist saying something make something a fact?
It makes it more credible than what you're saying. I would rather trust that person than you. Yes.
I said, doesn't make it a fact.
No, it makes it more reputable. That's my answer.
How about if I find another psychologist?
Facts change all the time, dude. Please find me a psychologist that disagrees with me. Find me a psychologist that disagrees with me.
How about a psychologist that thinks that it's still today in 2020? How about a psychologist that's credible that says that transgenderism is a mental illness?
I mean, if you can find me a wide consensus where a wide variety of psychologists say that,
No,
I'll look at it.
No, I'm asking you one credible psychologist.
I have a lot of sources that show the psychologists. I can show you them. APA, college universities, prestigious universities for that matter. In fact, I actually do have something here coming from. Hold on a second. I have some studies right here that I'd be happy to show you. Coming from Cornell University, an enormous meta-analysis on transgender people and the effect that gender transition has on their mental health, because you seem to care so much about that, right? So much so that you want to send them to mental institutions to try to help them. Yeah, that's bullshit. No, you don't care about them at all. You want them to kill themselves. And that's the thing. You absolutely want them to kill themselves. You do not give a damn about them. You know good and damn well you don't. And I'll tell you something else. There's been 56 studies done by Cornell University, and of those, about 52, so more than 95% of those studies indicated that transitioning actually has a positive effect on the mental health of transgender people, and only 4 of those studies indicated that it had mixed or no results, not even negative results, dude. Most of them were positive or had no effect on them whatsoever.
You're trying to avoid my question, so it's okay. So I got another question for you.
I'm giving you the facts. You care about facts, right? You want to help these people?
Stop using that word. Stop using that word. I got a question for you. Is nature a credible source?
You're just going to ignore what I said?
Is nature a credible source?
Are you going to answer my question first?
No, I'm comparing nature to what these people
answer my question or this is over.
I mean, it's my live, so I mean, I could have been kicked you off. You can get off.
Hey, you could have. You said it like 5 times, but I'm still here, right?
Hey, question. Is nature a credible source?
Answer my question first.
You're trying to avoid it again. Somebody said,
answer my question.
Somebody said, is Joe gay? Yes, he is.
Is that the best insult? I'm gay.
I said this before you even came on the live. I said you.
I know. I remember, dude. You said that I'm gay and that I'm sus and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, dude. Right. Listen, Bryson. Let me just say, I'll answer you. I'll humor you. This is your stream, so I'll give you the courtesy of answering your question. Okay. You asked me, is nature a credible source?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I have a question.
Hold on a second before you rebuttal. I just have to say I need to clarify. I need to clarify because I know how you operate. I know what you like to do. You like to take people and be like, okay, so you said this. Now, what about this? And then you try to like tongue twist people. I know how you work. I know.
Yeah.
So my question is so yes, nature can be a credible source, but
I mean,
no. It can be. Nature operates in mysterious ways, and nature can be altered. Would you agree with that? Nature can be altered.
Can I get a girl pregnant with my nut? If I'm nutting, is it possible for her to get pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
If you nutting a man, is it possible for him to get pregnant?
Well, there's biological technology advancements that are being made right now to make that possible, so it could happen in the future. And the other thing is, here's the other thing, because I know you don't recognize transgender identities, but let's just say you were born a biological woman, right? And then you transition into a man, and you identify as a man because we've already established that gender is what you feel. So if you feel like a man, nope, the science disagrees. I don't care what you say, bro, the science disagrees. If you identify as a man and you still have a uterus and a womb, then you can absolutely get pregnant as a transgender man, absolutely.
Hey, question. If you nutting a man, can he get pregnant in 2020 right now?
If that man is a biological male, then it's not possible.
Why is it not possible?
Yet. Because they don't have a uterus. Because they don't have a uterus. Is that the only defining characteristic of what makes a woman is having a uterus? Is if they can get pregnant? I just answered it. I just said no, it's not possible. But is that the only defining characteristic?
Why isn't it possible?
Because they don't have a uterus.
Because what?
You're gonna do this now?
No, because
what? Acting like you didn't just hear what I said.
Because they do what? Because
they don't have a uterus. That's why.
Why don't they have a uterus?
They're males. But again, my counter argument.
Hold on. So basically,
my counter argument. I just answered your question, and I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna be like, there you go. They don't have a uterus, therefore they're not women. Is that the only defining characteristic of having of being a woman? Are you denying is that the only defining characteristic of being a woman is having a uterus?
Listen, it's not even complicated. A man can't be a woman. A woman can't be a man. You already proved that. You know that.
No, I think you're oversimplifying it. I think it is complicated for you. No, I think it is complicated for you.
It's not complicated for anybody. Everybody knows common sense.
You haven't done the research, dude.
Stop saying that.
You haven't done the research.
Okay, can I ask you a question about this research? You remember when the was transgenderism wasn't mental illness? How you feel about that science?
Well, say that again. When what?
When the consensus in the scientific community was that transgenderism wasn't mental illness.
How long ago are we talking? Back in the 50s? Yeah, because the science grows, dude. Science evolves all the time.
Like 7 years ago.
I don't know about all that. I can find some studies from that long ago that were saying what I'm saying right now. And on top of that, science evolves constantly, dude.
Did you agree with that?
Do you not recognize that? I'm sorry?
Did you agree with that scientific consensus, or did you think it was wrong?
At that time, I wasn't really looking too much into it. So see, that's they weren't really widely researched. It's not like it's a big topic like it is today. So it's a little bit different to compare that back then to what's going on today. It's a much more prevalent issue now than it was back then, you know?
Let's talk.
That. And you know that, Bryson. You know good and darn well you were not doing the research back then either.
Let's talk about the research today, right? Without anything.
I have been talking about the research.
Without pulling up a piece of paper, what is the research exactly? What is it based on? Tell me.
It's based off of people's actual experiences, other people, studies that have been done on multiple people and how they actually feel.
These things consist of. Tell me, what did they go through to make the decision to determine that you can, because you
they ask people how they feel. They ask how they felt before they transitioned and after they transitioned. Most people said that they felt better once they transitioned because they felt more comfortable in their skin. What do you want? What answer are you looking for? Let me ask you, what answer are you looking for, dude?
You already gave it to me.
What do you want me to say? What do you want anybody to say to get you to realize that trans people are valid people?
Hey, I'm about to respond. I'm about to respond to what you just said very clearly. Earlier, you said the reason that the suicide rates don't change that much
is because of people like you.
It's because of people like me. And you just said that the studies show that transgender people feel better after surgery. So why are they killing themselves if they feel better then?
No, that's not. No, hold on a second. You're totally misconstruing what I said. I said that the majority of people who go through the transition, they do end up feeling better. But when they don't have the added pressure of people like you invalidating them and their parents and their peers disowning them and threatening to kick them out of their houses because of what they decided, who decided. Like, and I got to turn off Messenger. I'm getting messages from these fuckers here. Hold on. Until I turn it back on. There we go. Oops. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. What I was saying was, so I don't know if you heard the last part that I said, but what I was saying was, in response to what you said, because what you basically said, let me steel man what you said here. You basically said that if these people end up feeling better after they transition, why are they killing themselves?
Yes.
Right. What I was saying was, typically the people that end up transitioning and they have positive support behind them through their parents, their friends, their peers, they end up actually feeling a lot better about themselves. They're validated. They don't feel like they're monsters or mental, like you like to call them, and they feel more comfortable in their skin, so they're not going to do those types of things. Versus people who end up having the negative pressure, being told that they're not who they want to be, being Dude, I'm getting messages from random people all of a sudden. All these societal pressures, when they don't have to deal with those things, they don't end up doing those things because they feel more comfortable in their skin. That's the answer. Okay. And again, I'd be super happy to send you all the studies, dude. Now, I know you're probably not going to look at them, but I'd be happy to send them.
I want you to remember this. I asked you exactly what they went through for these studies. All you told me was their feelings. You said that literally. And then after you said their feelings, you also use that to say after the surgery, they tell you their feelings say that they feel better. Now, once again, feelings are not facts. This is just testimonial evidence that you like to call facts because it's on a piece of paper. So now,
if I say
let me finish. My question to you was, if they feel better, why are they killing themselves? And then, of course, you brought back.
I just answered the question.
I'm not asking you. I'm just letting you know what just happened. And after I said that, then you came back and said, "Oh, because of people like you, societal pressures."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. You absolutely contribute to a very negative narrative that contributes to the suicide rates. Absolutely.
If you believe that's the reason why, then how many people have to get the surgeries before you realize that you should expect that after you get it?
Hold on a second. What? You're talking about the surgeries now. What are you talking about?
Candace, Kyrie does hate me. He will tell you he's my biggest hater. That's why I just like I love
me.
Him. No, not. I'm talking to my.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I heard you say Kyrie, Candace, and I thought you were referring to me. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
it is.
Go ahead.
It is okay. But so you saying that? Let me be like this. You saying that they commit suicide based on their feelings getting hurt? That's just by testimonial evidence. It's not a fact. You can't say that.
It is a fact.
Hold on. I can say off the rip. I can say off the rip that it's because they're mentally ill.
God, I'm getting messages from people that I never get messages from, and all of a sudden they want to talk to me. So it's like, the hell? I think it interrupts the stream a little bit. My apologies.
No, fine.
Right. So what you were basically saying, you threw me off a little bit there, and then the message came. People like you, you contribute to the suicide rates.
People
how come they still want to do it if they feel better after? I mean, you just repeated your question basically. I mean, you're literally repeating yourself, dude. And I've answered it already.
No, I've asked you, what is this based off on? Like, what is the process that they go through to get these studies to prove that you said a fact? You haven't given me one fact. You keep saying there's studies.
Yes, I have. I gave you numbers. I gave you the percentages.
No.
I mean, what else do you want, dude? That's my question.
The truth of the matter is,
what answer are you looking for? What answer are you looking for is my question. What is the answer you want? Do you want me to say, Bryson, I'll be honest. Do you want me to say, Bryson, I'll be honest, dude? I don't know. I just think that that's how they feel because, I mean, I like them. So that's just kind of how they feel, bro. Is that what you're looking for?
I mean, that's the truth. Yeah, that's the truth. I mean, if you want to know, because give me some, do you know what the fact is? Give me some statistical data that proves, I can't even hear you now, bro. Liddy said they're confused. Exactly. The truth of the matter is, off the rip, if you think you're something that you're not, something is wrong with you up here. That's common sense. Dude. That's common sense. So then, if you're willing to cut your penis off, please, you push some buttons over there. Why is he muted? Nobody's muted him. He muted his daggone self. Tyrese, what do you want from me? I want him to be honest. I can't hear you at all. And I'm going to tell you what's funny. So people think because something is on a piece of paper and it says expert on it, that makes it a fact. No, that doesn't make anything a fact. So a fact is 13% of the population accounts for 51% of the violent crimes. That's a statistical fact.
Can you hear me?
You can't. Yeah, you can't argue. You can't argue that. A statistical fact is that black people are 13% of the population. Hispanics,
and they make up 50% of the crime. I've heard that all the time.
Hispanics are.
I know.
What population are people of black?
I think Hispanics make up about 18 or 19% of the population.
Okay,
I have to look that up, but it's a little bit higher than black people.
Dang, black people are at the bottom. But yeah, I think white people make up what 67%, if I'm not mistaken, of the population.
That might be right. Okay, yeah. So Hispanic people make up about 17% of the population. So I was close.
Yeah, and black people 13, and then white people are what 60 something, right?
White people are. Let me look because I used to know this, but population in the U.S. Right. So yeah. So white people make about 72%.
72%. Okay.
Yeah.
That's called a fact. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not based on testimonial evidence. You know what I'm saying? I mean, plus you have to have birth certificates when a child is born, of course, in a hospital. Some people have like a small percentage of people have child born outside of hospitals, sometimes in bathrooms. Then, of course, but a lot of times they want to put their kids in school, that at some point they're going to have to let the government know that they have that child. I mean, now
I have to ask though, because you said that the percentages means that it's facts. What about my percentages when I said that according to Cornell University, 80% of people who transition actually have a positive mental outlook afterwards? Why can't you acknowledge that?
Did you see me explain the percentages and why they was facts though?
Well, I explained mine as well.
No. I gave you specific things that you literally can't argue with the fact that
all you said was this demographic makes this part of the population, this part makes this part of the population. Yeah, it's fact, but what does it have to do with the conversation we were having a second ago?
After I said that's a fact, and I told, what did I say to tell you why? What did I say?
The only thing I can recall you saying is that 13% of the black population commits 51% of the crime, but you didn't really explain why. You didn't really explain anything why.
Oh, you're not listening. So let me explain it again because you were so ready to.
Please enlighten me. Please enlighten me.
You didn't. You were so ready to respond. You didn't listen. So I said, people that are born, like if you have a child, 9.9 times out of 10, that child is being born in a hospital. Even if you account for the margin of error, which would include people that have babies outside of the hospital. But 99.9% of babies are born in hospitals in the United States of America, unless you're illegal. But that's a different topic. But so if they're born in the hospital, that means there's documentation to prove that this child was born, correct?
Yeah, sure.
So when somebody is born, we know for a fact this person is born. It's a fact because you had to get the birth certificate. And the birth certificate goes into the population, then it goes to the government. Now they have a social security number. Now people with social security numbers, and you can literally count the numbers based on all of these things that are facts. It's not nobody's feelings. You can't.
Where are you going with this?
Yeah, it's sad that you don't know, but you can't say I feel. A baby can't say.
It's a fact that babies are born. Wow.
No, okay.
You taught me something new, dude.
No.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you.
You gotta let somebody finish.
You taught me that 99% of babies are born in hospitals. Okay. Cool.
It's so sad that you're not listening. But
no, I'm listening. It's just you're not saying anything relevant to what I just talked about.
What I'm saying is you can't tell us.
You are the king of straw man. You know that, right?
You know why you're interrupting? Do you know why you're interrupting right now?
Because you're straw manning.
I have no choice.
Hey, listen. You feel free to interrupt me if I say something stupid too. Feel free.
Finish my point, and then I just want your response.
Whew. Hold on a second. Yeah, say your point. I'm taking a drink. I need a drink listening to you, dude. Go ahead.
Because you're gonna. Yeah, he's not listening, which is why the comprehension skill is a problem. But people are born. There's no feelings involved in that. You have a baby. That baby gets a birth certificate. That baby gets a social security number. There's no feelings involved. That is statistical data. That's facts that can't be debunked. Simple. Now, when you talk about transgenderism, every time I bring up facts regarding that, you have brought up feelings, things that can easily be argued, easily debunked, because that's based on feelings.
So why haven't you debunked them?
I have. Can you give me a statistical data that's not based on surveys, not based on experts? I need something that's based on.
Where else am I supposed to get it from?
Exactly. And there we go.
What? That's your argument?
No, you said where else would we get it from? You can't.
Yeah. So I'm supposed to just get it from Bryson Gray, the king of common sense.
I am the king of common sense. But you just simply get it from fact. How do you know trans people?
What facts though? Where?
I'm telling you.
Where else? What so where are your sources to prove that sending them to a mental institution is the way? Give me some facts.
What did I say when I answered that?
Nothing.
What did I say? I responded to you when you asked me that the first time. What did I say?
About what are your facts about why they belong in a mental institution?
No, you asked me how do
hold on. I know this one. Because they commit 41% suicide, right?
Oh, that's why they have a mental problem. But I'm asking you, what did I say? How do I know putting them in a mental institution will help? You asked me, how do I know that earlier? My response to you was, I don't know, but I'd rather have that done to figure it out.
Oh, okay. So you don't have an answer. I have answers, but you don't, and you expect me to just listen to you. Take your word for it.
Answers?
I just gave you answers that pretty well reflect. I told you the percentages of people that actually end up coming out positive for this, and how people like you who call them all these names and tell them that they need to go to a mental institution, how that contributes to the suicide rates. I gave you all those answers. I don't see what's so difficult.
Are those facts?
Absolutely. They are facts that have been grounded on science. What you're giving me, though, you're not giving me anything. You're not giving me anything to go off of. What you're giving me is,
this is why I brought up the population, and it's sad that you didn't realize what I was doing. And I'm glad.
Oh my God!
Tell me.
Now you're gonna try to. Are you playing 4D chess with me?
You said science. You said, what is that science? How can you prove that they have a better out? It's better for them to have that surgery. How can you prove that?
Say that again. How
can you prove it affects them positively to have surgery? By
okay,
facts,
no, hold okay, so right. Wait. You said, give me the fact. What'd you say? What was that last part?
No testimonial evidence. Give me facts that can't be even argued.
Do you know what testimonial evidence is?
somebody give you their testimony of something.
Absolutely. Thank you. Now, who do you think is best suited to give that testimony about their experiences? Who do you think is best suited to give you the testimony? If you hear from me, or excuse me, let me put it on you. Bryson Gray comes up to me and he says, you know what? I think that trans people who have surgery, I think it's a mental illness. I think that it's going to do damage on them in the long run. Okay, that's your take. Then I have a transgender person who's actually gone through the surgery, who has dealt with things like gender dysphoria, and they tell me, Joel, I'll tell you what, man, I had this surgery. I was feeling so down and depressed before because I was so uncomfortable in my own skin. I decided to have the surgery, and let me tell you, man, I feel so much better now. I feel way more comfortable. I truly feel like who I'm supposed to be. Who do you think I'm going to listen to, you or their testimony?
Can people lie?
They can, but do you assume everybody lies off the gate?
No, I mean you just don't know. But I can know for a fact you can't.
So how do I know that you're not? How do I know that you're not lying then?
What do you mean? Lying about what?
Because you could say, "Oh, I think that the transgender people who have the surgery, I don't think it benefits them. I think it's bad. I think it's a mental disorder." How do I know you're not lying?
Do you understand why I brought up the population thing now?
No. Answer my question, because now you're straw manning again. You're pivoting to something different.
No. You don't know if I'm lying or not. But I'm
by your logic, if I'm going to assume that the transgender person is lying, I can just as easily assume that you're lying.
Yes, you can. My question is, you just proved my point why that's not factual evidence. But let me ask you a question. Do you understand why I brought up the population stuff now? And why I brought up babies?
No, I don't.
I brought up babies.
Has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It has everything to do with what we're talking about. You don't even realize it because it's so sad that you don't realize how it connects.
Maybe, dude. But do you agree that you could be lying just as much as that person?
Anybody could lie.
So your answer is yes.
Which is why testimonial evidence isn't factual. Testimonial evidence isn't factual.
If I do a study on multiple people who give their testimony individually, I'm going to believe what they have to say if the majority of them come to a similar conclusion. I'm going to believe them over someone like you who just says, well, who knows? I don't know. They could be lying. Everything with you is speculation. You have no facts. You love to throw that word around, but you don't actually know what facts are, dude. I'm sorry, you just don't.
I'm telling you, testimonial evidence isn't a fact.
Oh, God. So how do psychologists, how do therapists, how do scientists get their data? Through what?
You said what?
How do scientists, how do professors, how do institutions of education get their data? What do they do?
Well, it depends on what field you're talking about.
What do they do, though? Let's talk about transgenderism. How do they get their quote-unquote opinions on transgenderism? Where do they formulate it?
Anthony said Bryson was okay to identify as a woman, but not Spanish. Well, yeah, he told me I can't identify as Hispanic, which is weird. But repeat your question again. I'm sorry.
So what I said was, you're saying that testimony doesn't equal facts.
Yes.
So my question is, how do institutions of education, how do scientists, how do psychologists, therapists, how do researchers who are experts in these fields, how do they get their information? Through what? How do they come to these conclusions that you disagree with?
Usually by testimonial evidence.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if they get it through testimonial evidence, then who should we listen to? Should we listen to the testimonial evidence that overwhelmingly supports my claims? Or should we listen to somebody, not going to say you, but anybody that says, well, we don't know. We don't actually know. Who should we trust more? The one that actually has done the research and has an actual answer?
Does majority equals fact?
Not quite, but it does equal. But it does equal being able to take that and use that as your reason for your rationale, being able to take that and formulate your own viewpoints. That's what it should equal.
All I'm trying to explain to you is testimony doesn't equate to fact. Majority doesn't equate to fact.
But where's your counter evidence?
You just said it. You said no, it doesn't equate to fact.
But no. I said not necessarily. But if the majority agree with it, then we should probably go based off of that. Just like we have a so-called silent majority, right, who supports Donald Trump, we should be going for the will of the people. We should be going based off of what the majority says, right?
You know what is a fact, though?
Boy, go ahead, straw man me again. Go ahead.
I have a penis.
Thanks for letting me know. You want me to do something with it?
No, I mean, that's a fact that can't be argued with.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't argue with that.
Maybe. Are you trans? Maybe you're lying to me. Are you lying?
No, I'm not.
Maybe you're lying, dude. Who knows? You could be lying.
No.
Those trans people lie, right?
And another thing is, a woman, I bet you, hey, women in the chat, most of y'all have vaginas if you're actually.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Gotta rely on your chat, bro. Gotta fall back somewhere, right?
I'm telling you the difference between the facts and what you're saying.
So to you, a fact can only be a fact if it's 100% verifiable, but we can't go based off of majority consensus.
Yes! Oh my God! You finally,
okay.
Hey bro, this was good. I felt like we finally got somewhere.
Absolutely, dude.
I've been waiting. You finally, yes.
You own me, dude. Left wing destroyed. You got me, dude. Hey, listen. Real quick before we disconnect, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say before we disconnect, I'm holding you to that debate about LGBT adoption and other stuff. We got to do this. We can live stream it. I got my microphone. You can't see it. I got a new mic and a new webcam here. We got to do another debate soon, dude.
Okay.
You down?
Of course I am.
All right, cool. We'll talk then, all right? Hey, it was good talking to you, Bryson. I'm glad to see you back on Facebook. Be safe. Try not to get banned again, dude. Be careful of what you say, all right?
Don't report this live stream.
I'm not. I've never reported anything you said, dude. We're good.
All right, thank you.
All right, bro. Peace out, man. Peace.
Okay. Now, obviously, he didn't know the difference between